So, comrades, ladies and gentlemen, the people of South Africa, Africans in the continent and diaspora, the progressive forces in all parts of the world, I have the honor on behalf of our foremothers and forefathers, on behalf of the people of South Africa, on behalf of the current and future generations, and by the grace of the Almighty God, to announce the formation of Africa Maibuya movement as a political movement and political party. So the shortened version of Africa Maibuya movement is not AMM. The shortened version of Africa Maibuya movement is Maibuya.
Habari maafrika, mimi ni King, nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Asante kwa kutanzama King Seso. Now ladies and gentlemen, last week in an interesting turn of events, the Africa Maibuya movement was finally launched. The president, of course, is Floyd Shivambu, and they have come out to say we are going to be competing in the local elections next year, and obviously they are saying that they will win the 2029 national elections. I want to speak about that because there's something else that Floyd Shivambu said that I think is making rounds, it's making news in the public space, and that is when he said we are not going to give any attention to the MK or the EFF. They are not going to get in personal politics or shouting competition and all of that. Really? Let's talk about that, Paseta, and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Seso. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane, host is in Jiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we're talking Maibuya Africa. The president of Maibuya Africa, Floyd Shivambu, had a great time launching this political party. You could see that man was happy where he is. They took around a trip around the country, doing what they call consultation. They consulted each and every province, and now they have finally did what we knew that they were going to do in the beginning, is that they were going to form their own political parties. I've explained this in the past. I said Floyd had ambitions to become a political party president. Maybe his ambitions is even to become the president of the country like Gaten Mackenzie. But I think the most important thing for him was to see the word president next to his name. Now, those are his personal ambitions. Nobody's going to hate him for that. Of course, we disagreed with the reasons that were given to the public that why he left the EFF. It's still not clear. I personally could round it off to he wanted to become president of the EFF, and he saw that there's no challenging Julius Malema in the EFF. The fighters love the CIC too much. Then he ran to, we have heard the stories of how they were negotiating with Ubaba even before the elections, trying to form one political party. As a person that has been pushing for African unity and black people must unite, I even at one point said, listen, these people must come together, and this is how we are going to beat the ANC, because the arrogance of the ANC, how ANC mistreats its voters and everything, how they mismanaged our country, how Cyril Ramaphosa has managed to run our country down in his past 2 terms. It's crazy, and we wanted the ANC out. That was not a secret. And I said, listen, the two of them, they don't stand a chance at taking the ANC. Maybe they should unite. Then after that, he went to the MK, and then in the MK, we started seeing the other colors of the MK that were not beautiful. Then we're like, oh, that MK, what is going on now with the MK? They are fighting all the time. He ended up being one of the headlines in the fighting the daughter, fighting Mary Pade, and all of those things. And at the end, that then we saw that unity is welcome, but not under the umbrella of the MK party. And I highlighted, I said, Ubaba failed to show leadership in critical times in the MK political party. Maybe his health, or maybe his control, or maybe he did not want to, or whatever the reason could have been. But Ubaba, for me personally, I think Jacob Zuma allowed things to play out in the role we saw with the Meripadi and Busisiwe Mkhwebane. It was not pretty watching that, like how these people are in the same party. Can't they find a solution to keep these two women in this political party and run in Mpumalanga so that they don't win? I mean, they don't win the argument and lose the comrade, like Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi would say. So that's what was happening there. Then after that, he saw that there was no path for him to presidency in the MK political party. After they removed him as a secretary general, he did not last. Then he was like, you guys are removing me as a secretary. I'm going to start my own thing. He started his own thing with a disguise of saying, we are consulting. We want to know, does the people want a new political party? Is it necessary? And all of that. And I have said many times, it is not necessary. But when you look at that, we've got over 600 political parties registered in South Africa. It breaks my heart just to hear that. Over 600 political parties. And you best believe that there are more still coming, ladies and gentlemen. There are more still coming. Others will just compete in their municipality. Others will compete provincially. Others will compete the entire VDs in the country. I'm talking about the next local elections. So others are not national political parties. It's civil movement that have seen that without getting into power in their municipality, they have no they've got no they can't influence change. So those civil movements, most of the time, they turn into political parties like your Operation Tutula and many others around South Africa. And then there's still those who are going independent. There, one person saying, I know I can win my ward if I stand against the ANC, the EFF, and whoever. I know me, the people of my ward, has got confidence in me. So those are the type of things that we are facing in South Africa. Very disturbing. But I want to play a clip now. Okay, yeah. Now that happened, and then he started Imaibuye. People followed him. Some people from the EFF followed him. Some people from the ANC followed him. Some people from the MK political party followed him. People from all over followed him, and people were like, "How? Where were these people? Why are they liking Floyd and all of that?" You remember, Floyd comes from the EFF, and the EFF, once you leave the EFF, your superior logic is it's inferior. You are now a thunderhead. You are useless. You are spineless and whatever. You can't chase your own. You can't chase your own ambitions, your own selfish ambitions. You understand? And it was difficult to protect Floyd because Floyd started attacking the EFF more than when he was in the MK, when he was in the Maibuye, calling it a cult, calling this. He was calling it, but now he was doubling up. I'm like, Floyd, if you're going to run with Maibuye Africa movement, whatever, keep to that thing. Why is it that you are attacking the EFF? What is it that you have to gain with attacking the EFF? Now, let me tell you something, African people, that you'll never understand if you don't open your eyes. Politics is a tool to divide African people. Once you get that in your mind, you will understand why other people are fighting each other. Politics is about fighting for the slice on the table. It does nothing else. So there's a limited number of people that can get into the slice. There's only 400 seats. So you can only get a seat out of that pie, that piece of pie. So politics will divide us as African people. I will hate you because you are an ANC member. Pure hate. Pure hate. I'll just hate you because you are wearing the regalia of the ANC member. And you will hate another person because they are wearing the red beret. And if you look carefully, There is no clear reason why you hate that person. You just hate that person because they are not supporting your political party. And that is how politics is. It's there as a tool, just like religion and classism and all of those things. They are there to divide us as African people further so that we can fight each other and be blinded by the two things that happen behind the closed doors that take the economy out of our heads. So politics for me, I round it off to that. It's just a tool to divide black people further. That's why you cannot name one political party that won an elections and changed the people's lives in Africa. You can't name one. You say there's a political party in Ghana, or there's a political party in Rwanda, or a political party in Kenya, a political party in Nigeria. Through democratic elections, that political party changed the lives of those people. You can't name even one. I'm waiting on the comment section if maybe I missed one. Just one. Especially the liberation movements, those who freed us from our colonizers. Those ones, they are even worse. So now I want us to listen to this clip where he says he is not going to give any attention to the EFF and the MK. And I want you to tell me if you believe what he's saying. Let me just put it in. Let's listen to this clip right here.
We are not going to give our attention, none whatsoever, to the EFF or to the MK and everything else. They represent a far much more smaller number of even those who are registered to vote in South Africa. We are not going to model our politics on talking about Mkhonto Sizwe or the EFF. We've got an organization now, Africa My Way Movement, and that is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the interests and aspirations of the people of South Africa. We're not going to be bogged down to discussing the personalities. There are systematic and systemic weaknesses that define all the existing political parties. We give a broader analysis in the Africa My Way Restoration Manifesto, but we are not going to individualize and personalize all of those things. We will consistently refuse to be drawn into squabbles and screaming matches against other political parties. We are going to put our objectives and our politics clear as to what we seek to achieve and how we seek to build a South Africa that is defined by common prosperity, has got full employment, has got a developed economy, is able to look after the elderly and the people with disabilities, respects and recognizes traditional and royal leadership. We've got a clearly defined role for religious leaders as well in terms of how we shape society moving forward. We have got a full document which we have written, which basically is a summary of the aspirations and the interests and articulations of the people, called the Africa Restoration Manifesto.
Yeah.
It articulates clearly what the vision is all about and what we seek to do differently as a movement. So we are here now, and we are going to exist in all the wards of South Africa and all the VDs, and we're going to continue to inspire confidence in revolutionary and disciplined, respectful and honest politics. We're not going to be in screaming matches against other political parties. We do not have any enemy as a political party in South Africa. We treat all of them as opponents, some even as potential allies if they have sound principles in terms of how we operate. Yeah. We are not going to be an organization that insults people. We are not going to be an organization that disrespects our communities. We're going to be a respectful organization that is founded and based on scientific socialist ideas that seek to bring about total emancipation and freedom now.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe any politician in politics who says that they will not give attention to any other political party, you need to go get your mind checked. If you believe that, this is the same things that Floyd was saying in the MK political party, and it's the same things that he did. It's the same thing that when he was consulting, he said the same thing, that we will not give attention. We are busy consulting these people. We don't care about EFF. We don't every chance he gets, he speaks about it. But remember, there's another tool that further divides us as African people that we call the tool that tells a vision, the TV, mainstream media. They will always ask these provocative questions, knowing that the answers are going to come out arrogant, or the answers are going to come out confrontational, so that me and you can fight. This is what mainstream media, it lives on those things. They don't want good news. Good news does not sell people. And some people understand it. So if people argue, that's what gets people excited. That's what gets our people to view videos. If they can hear that this one is attacking that one, this one is saying this about that, it excites people. They can't allow you to have your own frame of mind. No. Let's argue. Let's argue about it. That is what the politicians do best. And the majority of people in politics, that's what they do best. So for them, he says, listen, we will not be giving any attention to the EFF and the MK. Then he attacks them. He says, anyway, they represent a small number of registered voters. Anyway, they represent a small number of, so they are nothing. Imagine a political party that does not even have one vote on the ballot paper, saying that the EFF and the MK represent a small number. When how many voters do you represent? How many? So he says they are not going to focus on a politics of individualism and personal. No, it's not true. You cannot, in South Africa, you will bore people if you don't attack other people. They need you to attack other people. If you don't attack, your story does not sell. Your story does not sell. You look at the front page of whatever newspaper, it's an attack on somebody. They can't put somebody donated 50 loaves of what? No. That's not a headline that we want. We want this one insulted this one, and this one must be waiting for a response. So that's what they are doing. So they say they want to exist in all the wards, that the Maibuye will exist in all the wards and the VDs. How is that even possible? Remember, if you exist in all the wards and the VDs, that's something that other political parties can't say they can do. African, National Colored Congress, they are not in all the VDs. The same with Gaten Mackenzie. He's not in all the wards in South Africa, not all of them. Azapo, the PAC, Good Party, they are not in all the wards. They are not in all the VDs. Very few political parties. I think it's probably the ANC, the EFF. I'm not sure if I can say the MK. I'm not sure. I'll be speaking under the correction. The DA also, I'm not even sure that they exist in all the wards in South Africa. There's places where DA is non-existent. Zero, no vote. They don't even compete for that ward. They don't, saying that you're going to exist in all the wards and all the VDs is a dream. It's a dream. As in next year in 2026, you're going to be in all the wards and all the VDs. Wow, what a crazy campaign, well-funded campaign you'll have to push for that to happen, So they say they will respect and they have respect and honest politics, and we have no enemies. You've got no enemies. White monopoly capitalist is not your enemy. The Democratic Alliance is not your enemy. You view some of them as potential allies. The DA is not your enemy. Or maybe you were speaking in regards to the black political parties. So yeah, we will not insult people. Next week they will be insulting people. Next week, not next year, not next month. This month on African month, this month when we are celebrating our new year. This month, they will be insulting other people. Why? Because, like I said, the media will trap them into that. Did you hear what Julius said about you? Did you see what Zuma said? Did you hear what King said so say about you? They will all be fishing, just try to get you to say something. And once they say something, you have put fuel on the fire. Now we have to go back and forth, get back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you will forget that you told the people that you will not insult people. The next thing, you are insulting people. I politics, but there's no sorting out the African problem through politics. Yeah, you need a man like Ibrahim Traore. Just take everything out of these politicians' hand and you run the country properly. You run the country properly. So that's my take about Floyd Shivambu. You will tell me on the comment section, what do you think about that? It's a Monday. It's a Monday. Let's start this new week with a positive mindset. Let's start this week with understanding that we need to unite as African people, and we know who our enemies are. It's enough that our enemies are taking us. Let us not also fall into this politics of attacking each other. Until we meet again, don't fall into the trap. Don't forget to pray, but after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism.